Hey everybody, today in the Sunday round, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to play around here on one of my favorite courses on E6, but this is also a round that I'm filming for some of my juniors that have been playing this golf course. These are elite players that are trying to get into college and stuff like that, and play tournaments. So we make them grind on this course a lot. And so this is the junior challenge course on E6. This is the yellow tees because I like the yardage, and I've been watching them play it for a few months. Not a few months, a few weeks, I'd say. Second week of January or so. And we're trying to get them to get to 18 under par on the course. So just some strategy, some basic things about wedges. You'll hear me talk about that as we go through. But enjoy it, and I really recommend. I wish it wasn't called the Junior Challenge course. I wish it was called the Wedge Challenge course because I think everybody should be playing it, and I like it from this yellow tee. And then if you can get 18, you will move it back a little bit and see what you can do there. But a great challenge, and enjoy the video. All right.
All right, here we are, junior course. I've been torturing all of you with this one, but we really want to get these numbers down, so I'm going to give it a go. Here we go, 83 yards. So for me, three things I'm always thinking about when I'm hitting a wedge. One, obviously the club, but how big am I going to take that club? How much speed am I going to put in that club? And how high am I going to hit the ball? So for here, I'm going to take my 54 degree. I hit this about 100 yards. And you can't know how far or how much power you're going to put in a ball if you don't know how far the club goes in the first place. This one goes about 100 yards. So for 80, I can knock it down to about 80% and see if I can get it there. Big thing on this course is you have to get the ball there. You have to get it there. Even if you go a little long on some of these holes, the ball starts coming back on towards the green like a little funnel. Where I've seen people struggle the most is when they've actually been just a little short and they just keep coming up short. The ball is not bouncing on the greens. Okay, it's just not. The fairways are soft. I kind of like that. It means we've got to be very, 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 very particular about what's going on. Ooh, almost got the chip in to start. We got to be very particular about where that ball is landing. Okay, that's a critical thing. So get the ball to the hole. Try to land it at the hole. If you get it, it's going to stop as long as you make good contact. But really trying to get that ball up in the air and landing it at the hole. So here we go. We got 52 yards. I've got a little bit of green. Short, so I can take this in pretty normal. I don't have to carry anything here. Just trying to hit a 52-yard shot. This is my lob wedge for me. Okay. Felt like I hit it pretty good. Get down. There we go. Pretty good. And that's just a lot of practice on dialing in distances. So, even though I haven't been swinging the club a lot, I can just pull it out of the memory, Got it out of the memory. So we got 70 here. Again, I've got a little bit of distance, so I like to keep the ball low. So I'm going to try to hit the ball low and see if I can get it back there. It's going to be about a 90% swing for me, and I'm going to put the ball a little bit back in my stance to pull this off. Okay? And you can see as I start hitting it harder, the ball starts to go up. So that's something to watch as we're going through this. So, see what we get. 2 putts. All right, I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to birdie all the par threes. So that's not where you're going to get things on this course. Where it comes down to is just putting a lot of shots on greens. A lot of shots on greens. I'm going to take some dead aim here. For me, this is a smooth pitching wedge. I hit my pitching wedge about 130. So, again, about 85. You're going to find a theme here. I like to hit these shots at like 85%. I'll pretty much hit all of them at that. Okay? And I just feel like I have a little bit more control if I do that, and a little bit more accuracy. So I just like to I never really want to feel like I'm going at it super hard on the wedges. Other clubs? Absolutely. Absolutely. So here we go, 74. Now when I tried to hit that, I skied it, it went really high. So I want to try to avoid that again. So I'm going to go to a 54 degree so I can swing a little smoother and keep the ball down so I don't hit it so high. Getting a phone call while I hit that shot. And not bad. You can see, you know, that's kind of a tweener for me. Now that goes a little too far. It's kind of hard for me to knock that down so many yards. But I'm on the green. It might be a yardage on the course, unless I practice it a lot or I try to avoid it. All right, 40. 40 here. So this is an interesting one. The ball, there's not a lot of room short. So I'm going to try to hit this one a little higher. And I'm actually okay if I hit this ball and I go a little bit long. I'm okay with that. I'm going to try to be higher though, so it comes down nice and soft. And I don't really want to mess with short, because if I'm short, the ball just doesn't get on the green. Now I've got a little awkward chip, and we don't want that. Okay, here we go. 102, 50 degree. $50 for me, again, about an 80-85% swing. Felt pretty good. Just got to catch that piece. Just a tough couple of yards deep. Okay. Now we got to go to work. You missed the green with a wedge. Got to get the little chip. So this one is downhill 10. So that means I've got to carry it onto the green, let it release. So I don't need this to be very high or very far, because now it's going to roll down towards the hole. It's just going to kind of keep trickling, and then we get into a very makeable range. We should be able to handle that one, computer. We hope. Yep. And there we go. We keep our streak going. 106. So I just hit this distance. I just literally hit it. So I'm going to try and remember that and pull it off on this one. Okay. I'm pulling them a little, but the distance looks pretty decent. A little deep still. Come back. But the distance is good, so I'm able to get it on the green, nice contact, so the ball just hits and stops. That's all we want. All right. The hole that everybody's been kind of name a little right. We have to get up the hill. I could hit a 50 degree and get there. I have to get up the hill, so I'm going pitching wedge, taking at least another club. And I'm trying to get it up there. Giving that a rip, that's fine. I don't want to have that crazy, I don't want the crazy chip that's really hard to hit the green. There we go. Just get it on. You got a better chance of getting a 2 shots by doing that. So I took at least an extra club, and maybe a club and a half there. So 55. By this point, I feel like I'm starting to get dialed in a little bit because I've hit enough of these shots. So 55 is a 60 degree. Just kind of pretty normal feeling one. Pretty good contact. And I'm okay with hitting it again. A little bit long is fine. Because if you get it on the green, you got a much better chance of making a putt. 82, 54. Again, about an 80%. One adjustment I'm going to make is I've been pulling everything. So I'm going to aim a little right. I've been pretty good about my distances, hitting it kind of where I want to, but I'm going to aim a little right, see if I can pull this one into the where I want to. Of course, then I hit it really dead straight, but distance again is pretty good. And we got a makeable putt. We got to look at it at least. You know, 2 putts are fine. 2 putts will be great. Let's see what we got next. 95. I'm going to stay with the 54 here. Going to stay with the 54. Fairly full one here. Fairly full one. And I got that out there. That was pretty good. Come on back. The other thing, if you get the ball on the green, you can use some backspin too. If it hits on the grass before, you can't use backspin. There we go. Good. So you can see it's just, you know, constantly having chances to have putts. That's the name of the game. Seeing what you can do. Now I've got a 9-iron here, getting a little bit out there. So I'm going a little baby 9. Again, I like to hit these with like 80, 85%. I could try and hit a big pitching wedge, but that's just not what I like to do. I'd rather just guarantee I hit the ball solid. So I'm going to hit a little 9-iron. I'm going to give myself a little more room, so I'm aiming a little more to the right. And I'm going to see if I can hit the distance. And I didn't hit that one particularly good. So stay. So I kind of leave myself a little bit of room there. I didn't make the best contact, so I might pay the price for that. Yep, I pay the price with the 3-putt. Okay. So I've got 96 again. I just hit that with the 54. As you're doing this, you're just constantly recalling shots you've hit in previous holes. Previous holes, seeing what you can do. Okay. So that's a 54. Again, fairly full. I didn't quite catch it, and that's my mistake there. I didn't give myself onto the green side. I kind of pushed it, and I relied on a bounce off the edge of the green, and we're just not going to get it. So now we got one of these little baby chips that are tough, doable, but tough. So I'm going to put the ball back. I'm going to hit this real low. You got to remember, you're only trying to hit this a few feet, and let this thing run. Ooh, almost get it. So I got a little lucky. I hit the hole there. All right, what do we got? Okay, so that's good. We're still on track. Again, just lots of chances. This is one that a lot of us have talked about. This one's a tricky one. This is one of the tougher ones because you cannot come up short. So again, you have to get it on the green. So I'm going to hit this one higher. I'm going to move the ball in the front of my stance. So I can come in, try to feel like I'm coming in from really high here. So I'll have to hit it a touch harder than normal. And the goal is to try to drop it. Oh, and then I made the mistake. That's a challenge. I'm going to be struggling to make my par here. So I've got to go up 6 feet here. So 6 feet up, you got to think I'm 6 feet tall. This is 6 feet 4 up. So I've got to hit it higher than my head if I'm going to get over this. Okay? So I've got to go up real high, real soft. It's only 8 yards. So I got it to the top of the screen, but it's so hard to hit it high like that and hit it soft. So I pay the price with being a little greedy there, maybe feeling a little too good, and then you throw a 3-putt on top. That's what's going to derail this whole thing for me, and I've got to make it up with some really good, really good wedges. So I've got 113. Let's see. I can definitely put this on the green. This is a gap wedge. That was the best one I hit all day. So I come back with a good one. That one might go in. I hit that really good. That was the best one. I needed that. Oh, I needed the one putt too. That would have been helpful. The one putt would have been real helpful. All right, down 16. 100 yards. So I'm going to put a number to it. I'm going to play it like 95. And again, I can't make the same mistakes twice. I have to get, this pin is just over that rock wall. Can't do that again. That was a big mistake. Very costly one. It cost me at least 2 or 3 shots. So I've got to get this one beyond 100 yards, 54. And I'm going to make sure I get it there. I don't even care if I go over. It ends up being really good, but my goal was to make sure that was beyond. Make sure that was beyond. Made sure to put a little extra in, and it's a good thing I did. If I would have tried to land it on the pin, I wouldn't have got there. So, again, by me trying to play a little safe, it actually turns out into a great shot. Now, because I'm talking about it, that wasn't exactly what I was trying to do, but it gave myself some room for error to have it happen. And now we got to put one more on the green. All right, 70 yards here, so fairly full 60 degree for me. And I just really want to get this on the green. I don't even care that it's back there. You notice how, again, nothing's kind of bounding forward. If you hit a good solid wedge, things are going to work. Okay, you got to land them on there. And then it turns out, a very good finish. That really turned that around. So we got it to 20 under there. But, the thing that's going to drive me nuts is that double bogey in there. Just because of having some issues, just being a little too cocky there. Just try to get that ball on there. I should have just put it past the pin, and 2-3 strokes right there by one bad decision. So we don't want that. All right. So let me know if you have questions about it. Hopefully you enjoyed that. All right.